This is What School Didn't Teach Me, a podcast meant to build community on all the things school doesn't prepare you for. Hi, I'm your host, Jasmine Kiamber, and class is in session. Welcome to the classroom. It's your host, Jasmine Kiamber, and y'all already know what time it is. Y'all, I did not come up with my word for the week. Hold on, let me look one up real quick. Do you have your phone?
Yes.
Okay, I need a word. I need a synonym for happy or excited. Stimulate is crazy.
I don't like these.
Me neither.
Exhilarate. Electrify. Delight.
I don't like delight. Give
that's
somebody a
not.
kick. I've used overjoyed. I am.
Elation.
We'll go with elated. Okay. Okay, y'all, I got my word. I am elated that you would come and join me here in the classroom today.
Wait, me or them?
You said what?
Me or them?
Them.
Okay.
I mean, they can see you, but then
No, just making sure I didn't answer.
Shoot, there was something I wanted to say. Okay. I know y'all can see that I'm not alone in the classroom, and that y'all know our theme for this season of the podcast is invest in yourself, right? We're talking about several different things that we can do now that have both short-term and long-term goals. And last month, we talked about a bunch of things you can do to invest in your relationship with yourself. And while our relationship with ourselves should be our most important and our first and foremost relationship, but what about your friends, right? What about your relationship that you have with other people? And I know for me recently, I've been learning so much about sisterhood, so much about like the importance of having just like-minded people around me. And so I was so excited to bring in our guest for today's podcast or today's episode, my sister, Payton.
Hi. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so happy to have you. How's it going? How's your day going?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited. Happy to see you, of course.
Happy to see you. Payton and I have been friends. What? Has it been a year or has it been 2?
It's 2.
2. Ooh, how time flies.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Time flies when you're having fun.
You love it.
We've been friends for about 2 years, so this has been a new friendship, but it's been an adult friendship.
Yeah.
And I know, like, have you seen people talking about, like, oh, it's one thing to have a childhood friend, but nobody talks about that friend you get in your 20s? You been seeing those?
Yes.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
I feel like it's true because, like, your childhood friend is one thing. You grow up with people, but people grow up and they change.
That's true.
And it's also, I think, part of the reason why when you go to college, they always say, like, your freshman year friends are probably not going to be your senior year friends, which can also not be true. Like, you can totally stick it out. Like, it's fine.
It was true for me.
But at the same time, like, you're learning, you're growing, you're changing. So when you meet somebody, when you already have a better grip on who you are, they are more likely, that's probably going to last because you know yourself by now. You're probably not going to go through a whole bunch of major overhaul changes the way you would when you're like a freshman in college or when you're 5 and you know somebody. Your 5-year-old self and your 16-year-old self are very different people.
Different people, yeah. You're right. No, yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like absolutely no discredit to childhood friends. Like, they're still important and, like, you know, like, for a lot of us, they're still our best friends.
Yeah.
But then, like, it's something about meeting somebody who, like you said, when you're already at a certain stage, who is just equally there with you. You already know you're kind of like on the same level.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So Payton, I feel like you are really a girl's girl. I feel like that's why I had to get you on the podcast. This episode is for the girls. I feel like we'll have an episode for the guys, but this episode is for the girls. And I feel like you, like, literally from the day that I met you, was like, oh, this woman, this is a girl's girl. Like, I can so appreciate a girl's girl because I did not grow up having a lot of girlfriends. Yeah, I was guy friends all the way. I still have more. I think I do have more guy friends than girlfriends. But it really makes me cherish, as I've gotten older, the girlfriends that I have. And so tell me, I know we've already talked about it, but tell the classroom, like, how did you become such a girl's girl? Did you always have girlfriends? Was that like something you had to grow into? What?
I know we talked about it again, like you said, but I just don't know where it came from. I have an older brother, and I'm forced to assume that it had something to do with that. Like, I hang out with this boy all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hang out with some girls. I have no idea if that wasn't a conscious decision, but I just don't know where it came from. But I've always had, like, primarily girlfriends, like, growing up. I think the first time I had, like, a proper guy friend, you know, you sit down, you talk, you go home after school, and you're like, oh, hey, blah, 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 let's hang out this weekend. I got to, like, middle school. I hit, like, 6th grade. No, before. I was like, oh, yeah.
Guys can be friends.
Guys can be friends.
They exist and stuff.
They exist.
And you don't have any sisters?
No.
Did you want a sister?
Not by blood.
Did you want a sister growing up?
Desperately.
Really?
I wanted a sister so bad.
Oh my gosh.
I think it was also just because, with the exception of one of my friends, all my friends had sisters. And they all just seemed like they were having so much fun. And I liked the idea of, you know that trope where the little sister like goes in her big sister's room, she's stealing all her clothes?
Yes.
I was like, I need that because
But did you want to steal somebody's clothes, or did you want somebody to steal your clothes?
I want to steal somebody else's clothes. Don't get in my closet. I wanted to steal somebody else's clothes.
Have you ever like gone in Matt's closet and like?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was so mad at me.
Do his clothes fit?
No. It was an old shirt that he wasn't wearing anymore. It didn't even fit him. And I went into his closet because I needed it for a Halloween costume. And again, it didn't fit him.
That's crazy.
I wasn't even going to tear it up or like put anything on it, like nothing. I was just going to wear it. I was going to be a scarecrow.
Okay.
And I knew he had like a plaid shirt. So I put on a plaid shirt underneath my overalls. And I was like, oh, look, my costume. My parents were like, that's so cute. And he said, why would you take that shirt? I was like, you can't wear it anymore. You don't wear it anymore.
Oh.
Why wouldn't... And he was like, no, you can't wear it. And I was like, why? He's like, I'm like, it doesn't fit. You don't wear it. What's the problem? He said, because I didn't say you could. I was like...
You're not understanding the sibling trope here.
I was like, you're not getting this. I'm supposed to do this. This is like developmental. I'm right on time.
Yeah.
My parents were like, no, she's going to wear the shirt. So I won. But, yeah, it just wasn't the same. I never bothered again because I was like, I don't want to hear it.
That's so rude.
It was terrible, actually.
He's so rude. Oh my god.
Let me find my Zen because that actually made me so mad.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. Well, so obviously,
I'm not gonna look at you.
So obviously, having brothers is different from having sisters.
Very much so, yes.
Yeah. Okay, I'm an only child. I don't know if the
Congratulations.
No, not congratulations, because I actually desperately wanted siblings growing up. Yes. Oh my gosh. I wanted an older brother. I wanted a I don't know. I feel like me and Mac would fight physically.
Yes.
I don't know if
We did.
Really? I would have never thought that you would have been handling him.
My parents used to be like, they were scared that we would never get along because of the way we used to fight.
And y'all used to like physically fight?
Yes.
Wow.
I never won. But he wasn't just going to hit me, like, so, you know.
Okay. Well, yeah. I feel like, yeah. Well, I used to want siblings. Like I used to want an older brother. I actually had your parents like they date. Well, but your parents like date people. Their people have children. All the things. So I've had like temporary step siblings.
Yeah.
But like, and one of them was an older brother. He was fantastic. Like, loved him. Think about him often. Trey, if you just so happen to see this, hey bestie. But never had a sibling. Used to want definitely wanted an older one. Used to want a younger sibling, and I think that might be. Well, I don't know. I don't know why I was friends with guys more than I was friends with girls.
I know, it's one of those things that it just happens.
Yeah.
And you wonder, I'm like, it has to be an unconscious decision, because I just feel like kids don't sit there and go, I don't have enough male presence in my life. I'm going to consciously make the choice to only be friends with boys. I don't think I spend enough time with girls. I'm going to consciously make the choice at 5 to only spend time with girls.
Yeah, you're right. Happens. That's definitely a subconscious thing. Definitely a subconscious thing. Because I'm like, I remember in middle school, I had that was probably when I had like a girl group. But we were not. There were fights.
Of course.
There was mess. I still talk to some of them. They're great.
This one's for you guys.
But yeah, no. Definitely having guy friends. I don't know. Shoot. They just were there.
This happens.
But okay. You had an older brother. You just were friends with girls. Like, you didn't have enough girls around you. You said, I want a younger sister. You became friends with girls. What's the difference between, like, just having a girlfriend and then somebody being as close as a sister? Like, what's the...
Ooh, I like that question.
What's the... what's the difference? How does that feel? What's the criteria for somebody to be considered a sister or even, like, a friend?
Well, first, to say, like, the difference between a friend and a sister... I feel like, and this is kind of still a loosey-goosey definition, but I think like a sister is those friends where, even if, let's say you've only known each other for like a year, right? But you're really, really tight, but for whatever reason, something happens in life, you both are busy, you don't talk for a year again. So that's 2 years now. But then when you see each other again, you just pick up exactly where you left off, and you know, like, okay, we're good. If something happens, I can call you. If I'm just having a bad day, I can shoot a text, we can talk about it. It's like that dependability and like the ability to safely go back, I think, is what defines like a sister versus like just a friend. Well, not just, because friends are very important as well as sisters, obviously. A friend, like being a friend means that you care. Because, you know, you can have acquaintances or people that you're cool with. Yeah. But an acquaintance is going to be like, oh, hey, how are you? And you're just going to be like, oh, I'm fine. Because they don't actually care about the answer for real. But a friend is going to be like, hey, how are you? And you're like, oh, I'm fine. And you're like, how are you? And they want to know the answer. Like, they want your real answer. They don't just want the, oh, yeah, I'm good. How are you? They want legitimately, I'm having a rough week. And they want to talk about it. Like, that's what a friend is versus just somebody you associate with.
Yeah. I like that. Okay, I agree. Because I feel like I can be comfortable around guys, you have to show me something special as a woman. Mm-hmm. Not like, oh, you just gotta be all out.
You gotta pass the test.
No, never that. But it's like my guys make me feel safe. They make me feel safe. They don't judge me, all the things. So I'm usually not looking for additional friends. Yes. But I notice when women come around, first of all, it's something different about getting complimented by another girl.
Can we wake it up?
Like, it's something so special about it being like, yes, my friends can tell me, like my guy friends can tell me I'm beautiful, but it's something about a girl just walking by and it's like, oh girl, you look good.
The way that happened, I was in Target the other day and this girl walked by, she goes, I love your hair. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you, I love yours. We had a whole exchange. And it was just so nice.
Yes.
It's something that hits really different.
I agree. Like, female validation just really...
I need the scientists to get on that and understand why.
It hits so different. Maybe because we always look up to other women. We always look up to other women. Yeah. We look up to other girls. And we, you know, like, even the girls on Instagram, it's like, wow, I love the baddies. I want to be a baddie. So then when a baddie's
like,
girl,
you're one of me.
Yes. Yes, it's like I am you and you are me.
We're twinning.
And so I think as a woman, like I can really appreciate when another woman looks at me and does not see competition, but instead sees like, I want to be with you. Yeah, I want to be hand in hand with you. We need to be on the same team. We need to be on the same team. I want to be friends with you, because I think I got that a lot. I think I had a lot of girlfriends who did not treat me right, and so I naturally gravitated towards guys, but the guys stuck around. Yeah, because they weren't like they didn't see me as competition. Like they didn't see me as whatever.
Like, we're going shopping for this dance, but I need to make sure what she gets because my dress needs to be better than hers. It's like, no,
you get your suit. I'm gonna get my dress. If we color coordinate, cute, but we're gonna call it what it is, and that's that. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think like I've had girlfriends and they just did not last, but the guy friends did. And so I think for me, it's so like, it wasn't until I got to college where I realized how important it is to have other girlfriends like that stick around. Yeah. In college, I had probably the most amount of female friends ever, but I still didn't feel like it. I still didn't understand like the concept of sisterhood. Mm-hmm. I really didn't. Like, it was just like, oh, these are my friends. And I think I didn't understand it because I don't have siblings. Like, I think a large part of this is because I don't have siblings. So I'm like, oh yeah, we're just like, girl, like
we're homies, but
yeah, we're homies, but don't get too close. Like, don't get too close because I can't let nobody get too close. But I will get around. Yeah, drama. But I will get around friends, and they'll like you. When I leave you, you're like. Like, what are you gonna do when you get home? What are you gonna do when you get home? I'm like, call you. Thank you. Like a little child. You're safe. Yeah, no, it wasn't until I got a whole lot of that I realized, like, oh no, like
the difference.
Yes, like friends are really the family you choose.
Yes, I love that concept too.
Yeah, friends are really the family you choose. So what do you think? I don't know. Like, why do you think we're so nurturing to our friends in that aspect? Why do you think it's so deep? Why does it matter if I text you when I get home?
Well, do you want my like a good general answer or my specific answer?
I want both.
My specific personal answer is that I get very paranoid that literally anything can happen in 2 minutes.
That's true.
And it doesn't matter that we are 30 seconds apart. I'm like, I want to make sure that those 30 seconds were a safe travel and that you are home safely inside and going to sleep.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that puts me at ease. Because otherwise, I just check your location. If somebody forgets, if I'm like, I know that it only takes you 20 minutes to get from my house to yours, and it's been 25, I'm like, I'm going to look at your location. Yeah. And if you are in the middle of the road somewhere and you don't move for the next 5 minutes, I'm calling the cops. Like, something's wrong.
Yeah.
So that's my crazy reason, which...
It's not a crazy reason. It's valid.
It's kind of valid, but it's like, be calm. But the general reason is just to show you care. Like, I care about your safety, and I want you to it matters to me that you get home safe. You don't just cease to exist when you walk out the door. Yeah. I didn't just shut the door like, okay, bye, and then go out about my business. I'm like, okay, I'm still thinking about you, you still exist, and I like consciously hope that your life is still going well without my presence, my active presence.
Okay. Dang, I forgot what I wanted to ask why you said that.
Golly gee. Great Googling.
Great Googling. Oh. Agent P. What? Oh. Dang. It was a qualifying sisterhood question, like similar to the question I just asked about how does somebody become a sister, but more so like how do you know when that feeling is reciprocated? Like, how do you establish, okay, yes, we are friends, but I consider you to be a sister, and it is clear that you consider me to be one as well. Like, how do I know I can be secure in this relationship knowing that we are sisters?
I like that question.
I don't know. Give me a second. I don't know. I don't think I have a non-crazy answer.
We don't need your same answer.
I'm trying to to state it in a way that will make sense outside of my own head, because I don't think it does.
Okay.
Okay. To me, it's like inclusion, or consideration, I guess would be the right word. So it's like, for example, let's say that I want to have a party, and I want the theme to be blue. Now, for whatever reason, this is a terrible example because your hair is blue, but let's imagine for a moment, for whatever reason, you hate the color blue.
Okay.
In one scenario, I'm going to say I've already purchased all my blue decorations, and I've booked the Blue Man group, and they're coming, but I know you hate the color blue.
The Blue Man
I know. I know. Love the Blue Man group. If you want to sponsor her,
yeah,
please
come see us.
Please
We will go see you a million times over. The camera's over there. Jesus Christ. We will go and see you a million times over. Okay.
Trust.
I love the Blue Man group. I have a jacket. Okay. Yeah.
So I've invited the Blue Man group. I have all my blue decorations. I'm gonna be like, hey, it totally spaced that you hate the color blue.
Yeah.
I'm having a blue party. If you'd like to come, I would love to have you, though I understand it may not be like your environment. I'm still considering you. I'm not just like, I'm having a party. Show up.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like I'm considering that I know that you hate that color, but I still want you to be comfortable. The other scenario that I would put in there in terms of consideration is, I know you hate the color blue. I'm not going to have a blue party. It's like one situation, of course, you just forget. Things happen. Like, your friends still care, but it's what you do to make up for making that mistake that matters to me, that shows, like, I care about you. Versus just being like, I'm in a blue party, and you don't tell your friend that hates the color blue. You're just like, surprise, everything's blue. Like, that's not nice.
So what if I just, like, because I really want to know from I know what you do to make sure everybody feels loved and everybody makes sure, that they know that you are, like a sister to them. But what about you? So is it like, well, if you have the blue party and I don't hate the color blue because it's like traumatic or anything, I just hate the color blue, and I don't show up, like, is that I just don't show up because I don't show up because I'm stubborn? I'm trying to like, is that like to me that would be a deal breaker. Like, you don't like the color blue, suck it up. It's not traumatic. You just don't like the color blue. Don't wear blue. Suck it up.
I know.
But for you,
well, no, because I agree with that in that aspect. Because I'm like, to me, also being a friend and being a sister is, you may not always love everything that your sister does or care about the exact same things, but it's your willingness to put that aside sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, if, let's say that, I don't know, like, your car got like keyed with, or sprayed with blue spray paint, and that's why you hate the color blue. You'd be like, okay, I understand why you wouldn't want to come.
Real.
But if you're just like, just never been a fan, and it's my blue birthday party, I'm gonna be like, you can't wear blue for 2 minutes. You can't just be around some blue.
You can just come in white.
Right, you can come in white. I'm like, I don't even care. But,
yeah,
like, please show up for me.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like your willingness to do things that maybe you wouldn't necessarily always want to do for the sake of your friend. Your sister, so to speak.
Okay. So, boom. Let's talk, like, real friendship. First, I mean, we've already had like a rough draft of the conversation, but what are your love languages? Do you know them? What are they in correct order, please?
Where did I find it? Did I screenshot or did I? Oh, sorry, people. Apologies to the classroom.
My foot.
No free feet. Sorry. Okay. So, my love languages in order are quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, words of affirmation, and physical touch. With physical touch being, I need to emphasize this, the lowest.
And, you know, that's so crazy because... And you know what? That's so crazy because... it's not my number one. It's my my number 3. I think it's my number 3 because I've literally been beat out of it being my number 1. Not physically beat. But no. Okay. No, not physically beat, but like, you know, like you get like you be touched out.
Yeah.
So I think like at one point it was my number 1, and now
I think that's why it's mine.
Oh my gosh.
I used to get, when I'm like upset, I want to be left alone, but my mother, bless her love language is, or like one of her top ones is physical touch.
Yeah.
So I would be upset and she'd be like, come give me a hug, and I'm like, no,
yeah,
I'm upset, I don't want you to touch me. Let's but her like insistence, it like, so now I'm just like,
it's nauseating.
Yeah. I'm like, I love a good greeting hug. I'm very much like a friendly person. I'm like, oh, hey, like, hi. I love it. But I don't want to be like, oh my gosh, hi. So how are you doing? Like, oh my gosh.
That's actually what I love. But I always respected my friends. Like, weirdly, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if I'm like, if I just enjoy punishing myself or what. Like, I just, like, all of my friends, physical touch is very low on their list. Really? Yeah, not all of them, but like most of my friends, physical touch is
like opposites attract. That's all you're doing right now.
Yeah, but you know what? But they all like quality time, and quality time is now my number 1.
There we go.
Yeah, so I'm like, me, you know, like we ain't gotta touch all the time. I mean, I do love it, but it's like we ain't gotta touch all the time. But as long as we can spend time together doing like a bunch of little stuff, literally anything, literally anything.
Sitting there in silence while we both do homework or something is.
I love that.
It works. I love it.
That's
quality time.
I love that. Like literally going and running errands, sitting, watching TV, playing Roblox. We should play a game.
I mean, since I'm here.
That's it, y'all. Classroom over. Okay, class is finished. We're done.
And don't play Roblox in class.
Please don't. You'll get your computer confiscated, and it won't be my fault. Trust, you will be dealt with. But yes, weirdly, like all of my friends, especially my girlfriends, it's really just my girlfriends. My guy friends love physical touch.
That is so interesting.
I think guys don't get enough expression.
No, they do get.
And when it's time for physical touch,
they're like, wait, I can have a hug.
And then it's like if they get too like touchy friendly with other people, it's like
yeah, it becomes a whole side eye. Versus we can get away with it more. So I think we are like, okay. It's like
enough.
Yeah.
Don't touch me.
If you get chocolate cake all the time, you don't really care when somebody has chocolate cake. But if you never get chocolate cake, you're like, whoa.
Chocolate cake. No, yeah, that's real. But no. My guy friends, interestingly enough, they love physical touch and they love words of affirmation. Both of which are things that I. You know what? Words of affirmation is my second to lowest. Okay, mine in order are quality time, acts of service. Okay. So we're 2 for 2. Physical touch, words of affirmations, gifts. Really? Gifts are at the bottom. Oh my god! Yes, gifts are at the bottom for me. I love them. I appreciate them.
Right, but it's just not like you're.
Yes.
Don't apologize. That's who you are.
Like, no, you don't have to buy me anything. Just actually attend the party, and I'll be like,
your presence is a present.
Your present, literally, like your presence is a present. People don't understand how much I like really thrive off of quality time. Like, I just want you to be there. Please just show up. But yes, most of my guy friends, their top 2 are physical touch and words of affirmation. Both of which I feel like guys don't get enough.
So that's probably why they're like, okay.
Yes. And so me, I'm you said what?
Social commentary.
So for me, I'm like, oh, I love physical touch. Let's hug. And I literally like don't think twice about it.
Right.
Yeah. Freak. Okay, so boom. I was asking you what your love languages are because of course how you how you like to be loved shows up in your friendships, right? How you like to be 100%. Loved and how you love other people, that shows up with your love languages and in your friendships. So what are some ways, or what are like some of your favorite activities to do with your girlfriend?
Oh my gosh, I love this question. Oh my gosh, I love this question. I think for my friends, I feel like there's nothing quite like watching a show or a movie and just yapping about it.
Word.
That's one of my favorite things to do, period.
Yeah.
So when I get to do that with my friends, I'm like, yes. Like, life has meaning. Like, that is the peak of everything.
Yeah.
Gender norms have a grip on me, and I do love to shop.
Okay.
I love shopping.
Oh, that's crazy.
Okay. I love shopping with my friends.
Okay.
Just also because, like, your friends see you so differently than you see yourself.
Sure.
And it's usually, like, a wonderfully rose-colored glasses that they wear versus you are your own harshest critic 9 times out of 10. Mm-hmm. So your friends will see things and be like, this would be so cute on you that you would have never looked twice at. And you try it on and you're like, oh, it's actually kind of cute. This is very cute on me. Thanks, girls. Like, oh. So I love that. When we did scrapbooking, I like that because it kind of turns into like another get to know you thing. Yeah. Because we've known each other for like 2 years. 2 years is nothing to sneeze at, I feel. But you still, like, there's so much. I've missed out on the first, oh my God, we're 21. Girl, we're missing on the first 19 years of your life.
Bruh, the fact that we can say, like, oh, I've been around for 15 years. 15 years ago, I had consciousness.
It actually blows my mind.
Yeah, like, I was present. I can recall things from 15 years ago. That's insane.
It blows my mind. It was my first concert.
My first concert
it was 10 years ago. But just that knowledge was like, oh my gosh. Like,
what was your first concert?
It was One Direction at the Rose Bowl.
It's okay. My first concert was Charlie Wilson. All right. Okay. That's my man. I love him on a level that I shouldn't love him at because he's my granddad's age. Okay. And I have gone to go. Well, I don't think he's 75, but he's probably late 60s. And I've gone to see him multiple times, and I know his life story. But my first child concert was Miley's Behavior. Oh my God, you know Miley's Behavior? Yes. Oh my God, and I literally cried that entire concert. Wait, because I did not understand the concept of concerts and how we're supposed to see them and not vice versa. So I bawled my eyes out the first half of the concert because I was like, they can't see me! That's so real. And I feel so bad because my mom was so in distress.
I can't hold you. That would listen. This is that One Direction concert. First of all, we got to the seats and I looked at my mom and said, thank you. Because where we were, I was like, there's no way these cost less. The economy is different now, so I would say that today that seat would have gone for like $300, $400 per. Like, it was bonkers. I was very happy. But then also I was like, if I wave at them, they cannot wave back. There's no way they can see me from here. So the safety video plays before the concert. It says, do not stand on the bleachers. And it wasn't just me, to be fair. No one in the audience listened to that. Nobody was sitting down. Everybody was sitting on the bleachers. Because you stand up. I was like, oh my God, how old was I 10 years ago? I was 12 when it happened. Because we'll be 22 this year. Dang. So I was 12. And I was in a concert, like, with grown up women, obviously. Yeah. And they stood up, and I stood up, and they're still taller than me, so I had to get on the bleachers. I had no other option. In my defense, sorry to the Rose Bowl safety team. My bad.
They probably don't even remember.
Oh, no, they're fine. They got it. I confessed to nothing.
Word. Dang, how did we get on concert?
We were talking about quality time.
We were talking about quality time. How did we get to concerts? Shoot. We left off talking about concerts. We left off talking about quality time. Yes. Okay, so you were talking about how, like, quality time, like, literally doing anything is what helps you show love.
Yes.
Okay. What else? Like, what other things do you like? Or what other things do you feel like are special to do with your friends?
Eating with your friends is an underrated experience, especially when you do like the Pollock style stuff. Mm-hmm. I love when we do that.
The what style?
Potluck style.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And we're like, everybody bring something.
Yes.
Because it's just it's so nice. And we played the quiz game. That was fun.
I loved that.
I had so much fun.
Hold on, we have to tell them. It was a couples game.
It was couples trivia.
We had Galentine's in February, and we played couples trivia.
Yes. We redesigned it so that it wouldn't just be like a strictly couples question.
Yeah.
And then we randomized our partners so that we couldn't just like cheat and pick like, oh my gosh, I already know you like the back of my hand. I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
There was no prize either, so it was win pride.
There was no prize. We were all winners.
We were all winners because we learned more about each other.
We learned more about each other, and then like we ended up giving gifts. Like Courtney gave us gifts.
I know.
And then we all had we had the roses. We had the chocolate roses.
We had the Loft House sugar cookies.
Yes,
the good stuff.
And they were so good. Oh my
god!
Right
now.
Yeah.
Don't
speak twice on it. But I agree. I'm like, quality time is definitely up there for me. And yes, like taking time to intentionally plan out activities with everybody in mind.
Yes.
It just makes it so much more fun. Like it makes it so much more enjoyable. Wow, we need another one of those. Like we need another girls' night.
We kind of do need another girls' night out.
We can do it when we watch the Barbie movies.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
That's our next thing. We're gonna watch. It's 10 of them.
It's 10 Barbie movies. I wish I could remember what they are, but I went on Amazon and I found another. That's
10 hours. So it's gotta be like a whole day thing.
Oh, it's gonna be a whole day all night.
Like I was about to say, you know how people do like the 24-hour readathons? We should have like a 24-hour.
I'll take a really long nap first.
Yeah, I mean,
because I get cranky when I'm asleep. I do not want to sleep. My sleepy cranks.
Yeah. Everybody bring a snack. I'll bring the sugar cookies.
Dang, I was gonna bring the sugar.
Okay, you bring the sugar cookies.
No wait. I'll bring Capri Sun, so we can really channel the childhood flavors. Class party.
You're
Capri Sun.
Wise. We could have a pizza and like cut
it in. There you go. Costco pizza. Cut it in the little squares.
Yeah, but that's what we do. We like intentionally like.
We want to sit here and spend time together.
Okay, so let's include the classmates because we know what we like. We're good. We're secured. But what about another classmate who's maybe interested in making more friends or trying to get out there or looking for a sisterhood but then does not know where to look? What would you tell them?
My first piece of advice, because I should enunciate, is do not compromise yourself in any way, shape, or form. Because if we're going back to that blue party, if blue is your favorite color, but you hide the fact that you love blue, and now you're with all these people that like red, and that's a bad example. We should cut that.
No, it's a good example. No, gang war. No, it's a good example. Oh, it is a gang war. Yeah. But it's a good example. Keep going.
But now you're with all these people that like green, and then you're hiding that you like blue. Well, you're not really yourself. Like, those are not really, they don't know you. Those are not your people. Yeah. So be true to yourself. It sounds so corny. Disney's told us for years, but be true to yourself because that's how you find people who love you for you. Yeah. That's very, very important.
And all your craziness.
And all mine. Your craziness. Bonkers glory.
Yeah.
It's very important because also people, like, it feels isolating for you too.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, you love me, but you don't even know that I love blue.
But you know what? The crazy thing about it is you could tell the person who loves green, like you're with all those people that love green, and you tell one of them, hey, like, I like green, but I also really love blue. And they're like, oh my gosh, you don't even know that blue is like my second favorite color.
There you go.
Green is my first, but blue is my second favorite.
Like, be real, please. You would never know what, like, connections you're gonna make regardless.
Yeah, definitely. I'm like, yeah, I agree. Okay, I like that. Don't compromise yourself. Be honest about who you are. I love that. I'm like one thing that I really try to get across to the classmates is that it's okay to be authentically you.
Oh, 100%. Yes.
Like, it's okay to walk around, and if people don't like it, they can kick rocks.
There you go.
Whoever don't like it can kick rocks. But like, you're right. You'll never really find your people until you start being honest about who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree. Like, you definitely don't have to compromise. I know for me, when I would try to go out of my way to hang out with certain people, it's like they would be talking about certain things that I didn't really care for, like gossiping or talking trash. And, I'm good for I like a good gossip. Like, I like a good giggle. Yes!
But I don't want to be like, I heard that something traumatic happened. Oh! That's this.
We shouldn't be talking about this or that person. We actually should be praying for them.
We should actually praying for her and get maybe writing her a nice kind letter, making a casserole, making a phone call, anything. Extend some kindness.
Yes.
Practice that. That is another key aspect of sisterhood. Extending kindness. Give people more grace.
Yeah.
That's a lost art, unfortunately, in this day and age. Not to sound like a boomer.
How do you deal with conflict in sisterhood?
Communication is key.
Yeah.
100%. Because I have found, for me personally, when you stew in it, one, nobody knows anything that's wrong, and you are going to snap. At some point in time, it may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, it might be next week, it might be next year. But if you just store all the resentment, one day you're going to snap, and to everybody else, it's just going to be that just happened out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then you become, to the rest of the friend group, that one crazy girl that was just snapping us for no reason.
Do you feel like you have to do that with all of your friends, or do you feel like you have to determine which ones are worth the conversation?
Ooh, that's a good question. Sometimes you have to cut your losses, and sometimes you have to have that conversation. So yeah, it depends 100%.
Yeah.
There are some friends, it's for example, you can be friends with somebody, but maybe you're not super tight or whatever, so you may not need to address this thing that bothered you per se.
Yeah. Another one bites the dust. Keep it pushing.
Right. It's sometimes it's just not even, the friendship was never central to your being, which sounds so mean, but it happens. It's a fact of life, unfortunately. Versus if it's you and me and we have a problem, I would be hey, we should talk about this, because this is a friendship that I know is something with a strong foundation, versus just a bunch of sticks stacked up against each other. It's this is a house with a cement foundation.
Yeah, this is a house, okay? Don't come for our house. Okay. And that was really for me, because I feel I the classmates hear me say it all the time. I always feel I'm going through something with my friends. Not necessarily something bad, but I always feel
always something's happening.
Yes, there's always something going on.
New season of the show.
No, literally, God is always calling me to a new season, which requires me to readjust and adjust and readjust my friendships.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing in this season, sometimes I'm just gonna have to cut my losses.
Yeah.
I don't have to have that conversation. I can just be done.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases you have to communicate.
Oh yeah.
But sometimes cut it and be done.
Especially because sometimes it's a conversation. With some friendships, you can try to save it first, but sometimes, you've, for lack of a better phrase, you beat that dead horse, to smithereens. You need, sometimes you just have to pull the plug. Yeah. If you're repeating yourself and you're just talking to a wall, it's okay.
I hate that. That's, my biggest pet peeve, feeling ignored. Yeah. It used to be, feeling misunderstood, but it's more feeling ignored.
Yes.
Okay, so boom, your advice to the classmates, if they're looking for friendships, would be being authentically them.
Yes.
If somebody were to come up and want to be your friend, your sister, how would you want them to approach you?
Oh my gosh. Ooh. I don't know. I feel I find friendships in the strangest of places, or just random places. I've had a lot of friends that I've made at work. And unfortunately, misery loves company, and it was evil. So, but we've established bonds outside of work, obviously, which is why we're still friends, despite oh, you quit. Yeah, I'm still here, but we're still still close friends. We can still be hey, blah blah blah, yap yap yap. So common ground, finding that common ground, I think is important right at the jump, or just listening and engaging. I think that's a great way to start on the approach, because even if you're oh, same thing with the green and blue. It's you didn't ask. You didn't ask if she likes blue. You didn't ask if green is just the first. What's the second? What's the third? Talk to people.
Yeah.
Genuinely just don't be afraid to talk to people.
Yeah.
Which sounds so silly, but it's an underrated tactic.
No, I agree. I think it's the same for me. I feel I'm very easy to hold a conversation with.
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
Thank you. And I feel once I know somebody's interested in speaking, I'm oh, I'm not afraid to talk.
There you go.
We can talk back and forth. So I agree. The quickest way to be my friend or to create that solid foundation enough for me to call you a sister is just to not be afraid to talk. Like, once I know, because I be telling people I don't do well in the beginning friend stages. I am like, hi, how you doing? We've known each other for 12 years.
There you go.
Here's my life story.
I'm like, unfortunately, there is no gray area. We're jumping. We went from nothing to and we're going straight to the pit.
Yeah.
We're in here.
Yeah. Like,
we're locked in.
Yeah. And I respect people who are a little more guarded and who have, like, certain boundaries, don't want to talk about certain things.
It's like, cool.
That's fine.
It's fine.
We don't have to touch on those topics. However, as long as you're willing to yap about other things.
Right. If we can yap, we are good.
We're in it.
We can be talking about a whole bunch of nothing. And I'm here. If we are sitting here ranking every single Disney Channel original movie, I'm in.
So what's number one?
Oh, well, so that's a really complicated question.
Mm-hmm.
I think I can give you like a top 3 in no particular order.
Okay. Give it to me.
And I'm going to actually specifically use the criteria of musicals because I feel like that's what Disney does the strongest.
Yeah, okay.
So the top 3 in no particular order are Cheetah Girls 2, High School Musical 2, and Lemonade Mouth.
Let It Shine was not in there.
I know.
Let It Shine.
I know.
Let It Shine wasn't in there.
I know.
Let It Shine wasn't in there.
I know.
But you know what? I give you a pass for Lemonade Mouth.
I know, because Lemonade Mouth is just too good. I'm sorry.
Lemonade Mouth is a bang. Like, it's banger after banger.
It's a movie that you would have thought, if you watched that movie today, I would assume it released in theaters. Like, it's bonkers. It
had me thirsting for Mike's lemonade. Who's
Mike? I wanted that terrible sour lemonade.
Who's Mike? I wanted it bad.
If that company does exist somewhere, please.
And you know what? I feel like Disney is really losing out on money. Like, they're losing out on money because where are the pop-up shops?
Wake it up. Where's the Lemonade Mouth t-shirts? I got an ad actually for a Lemonade Mouth vinyl. And I was like, okay, where's the t-shirt? Let me start on She's So Gone.
Yeah. Girl. You can love you won't see the girl I used to be because she's so good. You know what she gave me? She gave me Jade from Bratz. You know how Jade like changed her outfit? She would go to school in her outfit and change in the bathroom. That's exactly what she gave me. The fact that she was like standing on the tables and all that. She would go home and play freaking like cellos. She's so good.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to stand on the table.
Every time I hear that song, it has to happen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. One day, my dream is to stand on the table and do that exact same thing.
Let's do it. I'm not kidding. I literally was thinking yesterday, like, man, I was looking at an Instagram video and it was like when you used to be in the club, standing on tables, but now you're a first lady and and now you have to get the shoulders, and I'm like, dang, that's gonna be me.
You're like, man,
dang, that's
we gotta get on the table while we
gotta get on the table quickly. We have to get on top of the table quickly, because I'm like, there are a couple of things that I have not done. I've never shook it on top of a car. I've never shaken it on top of a car. I've never taken gas station pictures. You know, like and I've never stood and like jumped on a table. So like all those.
I don't want to step on a table. I would like a gas station pro. I don't know about the car thing, just because I'm scared of my father. Just be knowing people, and I'm like,
oh no,
right? Because that's neither here nor there.
Well, you know what? I was in another state when all these things happened. I've ridden on top of a car.
Then I would do that. Okay.
I've ridden on top of a car in state, but in Palm Springs. I have, like most things happen when I was in another state where nobody knows anybody.
No, I like that.
Nobody knows
so
me.
If you go somewhere,
let's go on the table. So if y'all see us,
mind your business.
Mind your business.
Come say hi, but mind your business.
Yes, yes. Come say hi, but like you've seen the episode, you know why we're doing this.
You're initiated.
Mind your business. I'm so glad I got to have you on the podcast.
I'm so happy.
We have to have you back.
Oh, I love it.
We have to have you back. Like, even if it's just a yap.
Oh, I'm very good at that.
Yeah. We need another one of those. We don't have a whole lot of casual sessions on the podcast. Usually all of them, like, they have a purpose.
A goal, a target focus.
Yes. I need some where it's just like, yeah, we're here for absolutely nothing.
I love that. The importance of doing nothing is actually
You're so good. The Importance of Doing Nothing coming soon, guys.
I hope I get to be back.
Featuring Payton. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Is there anything you want to leave the classmates with?
I would like to tell you I know that a lot of what I said sounded like what we've all heard on Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, be true to yourself. Talk to people. Don't be afraid. I know all of it is also very much easier said than done, but it is such an underrated message to have. So it sounds silly. Please, I'm telling you, it helps so much. First-hand experience, I vouch. By Sabrina Carpenter.
Is that the song that you keep singing? Well, yes, classmates. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you enjoyed us and our banter and our ranting. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all next week.
Love you. Bye.